Okay guys, so I promised a TouchFive marker review and you're gonna get it. I apologize for the camera angle, it's sort of interesting. It's sort of hard to work with, but let's hope it works. It'll be good. And also, I apologize for the noises in the background. My brothers and their friends are having a Nerf gun war. Not sponsor. So this is gonna be an interesting video, but it should be good. So, so far I've been working with the TouchFive markers for a while, and by a while I mean like maybe a month or two, but they have been working very well. They've been in a few of the, in most of my videos that I've made so far actually, and they work very well. This is the bronze green, number 42. Maybe you can read that, maybe not, I don't know. This is the, oh gosh dang it, the fine tip side, which is nice. And then this is the broad tip side, which is very nice. When I first got these markers, I made an entire chart and I filled out all the colors that I had and everything, and I labeled them and stuff. Like this is wine red 1. They have numbers too, so I can tell which ones are missing. Let's see. So which ones are missing? So right here is rose beige, number 97, and this is bronze, number 99. So I can tell that I'm missing number 98, so I'm going to be able to go back and find all those, which will be good because I plan on buying more. This is the animation color shades. There are different other shades that you can buy if you're going to buy a whole kit. I bought a whole kit. And that's sort of what this looks like. So today I decided to show you how well they work. I've already shown you some of these pictures. I've picked a few for my notebook that I've not colored in fully, and I'll be doing some of those. Some of these are very bad, like I did these years and years ago, but so like these they're pretty bad, but I'm going to be doing some of my better ones and shading them in, and talking about how well they work. So as I've been using them, I've noticed that they bleed through the paper a little bit. Not a whole lot, but definitely enough to be noticeable and to not be able to use the other sheet. So I'm going to be putting a piece of cardboard under there. And this side is white, so you can see how much it leaks through. So you can, I'm just going to have that and show you at the end. So right now I'm going to be doing this face. For her hair, I'm going to be using, what is this? This is French Vermilion 22. You can see that, maybe not. Oh well. Fine tip side, and this is for her hair. So you might have seen from my other videos that it's very good for like blending in with other colors. You might have seen my birds, my dual birds drawing, which I did, which had a lot of different colors in it. That one was a very fun one. I still have that somewhere around here. I used a picture to go off to see that. I could not draw that from memory, no. Which is something that most artists actually do a lot. You would think a lot of amateur artists, they believe that, oh yes, you have to know everything from sight and memory, you know? But that's not true. You should always use a picture for reference. That's how I did these. I actually copied them from the book Mark Creeley wrote. I will have his channel on here somewhere, maybe in the description. He's very good, and he wrote several books, 2 I believe, on how to improve drawing skills and other stuff. And I borrowed all these from him, so I will give him credit for that in the description. Another thing I really like about these is that they're really good color. They have like nice vibrant colors, which are really, really nice. And also, if you notice, there's a gray line right here if it's fine tip, and just a white line right here if it's a bold tip, so I think that's really nice. I have yet to find out if they're refillable, which I will have to look up, and I will hopefully be able to tell you that in the description, and if not, sorry, I don't know. For her eyes, I'm going to be using Bronze Green 42, also the fine tip edge. Gosh. If you're an amateur artist, something I would recommend doing is, well, one, having these color swatches. That's always a smart thing to have. But also, not going overboard with colors and details. There's some parts that you do want to leave plain. You don't want to just go into detail. If it's too detailed, it's too much and it becomes uninteresting, which sounds sort of strange, but there's gotta be some parts that are very simple and that people can just look at and know what it is, you know, sort of abstract, but you know. For her skin, I'm going to be using Salmon Pink 25 instead of the white skin. I use this for a little bit of blush, which is 131. I also used these colors in my last video of the brown-haired portrait girl. I will probably have that at the end of this video to show you. One of the things I really like about these TouchFive markers is that they are a lot like Copic or those really expensive markers that you always see in stores, but they're supposed to be really good. These are really good and they're not as expensive as the others. I got this entire 80 set for, oh, how much was it? It was like, it was either $42 or like 38-ish, around that range. So they're really, really nice. And they're definitely cheaper than most. So that's always good. So, as you can see, these are definitely anime-ish. They're definitely not very realistic. I mean, there are some realistic aspects to them, but they're not necessarily the most realistic thing you could find. I will be doing some realistic drawings soon, but right now I'm sort of focusing on not realistic, because that's sort of what I'm best at. Always go by your strongest points. Okay, so I'm done with her, and she's looking very nice. I'm gonna be moving on to her. For her, let's see. I've always imagined her blondish. What should we use? I think I'm gonna use Lemon Yellow 35. Let me see if I can find that. Which is this one. Lemon Yellow. Whoops. Her eyes. I want her eyes to be blue. What kind of blue? I think I'm gonna use Mint Green Light 58. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is, right here. And then what else do I need to put on? Her skin. I'm probably gonna keep her skin the same. That's what I just used, the salmon pink and the white skin, these two. Yes. So, one of the things I like about drawing with anime, which isn't necessarily something I always thought of whenever I thought of my drawing skills, I always, I wanted to be more of a realistic kind of artist, but that didn't really work out so well. Mostly because I wasn't looking at pictures, which is something I need to start doing more often, and is something everyone should do, to be honest. Because artists never draw from memory. If they do, that's probably not the best idea. You should always at least have some picture for reference. Never draw from memory, because memory isn't very reliable. So even if you're in your head and you think, oh yeah, I know exactly what that looks like, that's not something you should do. You should always have an image for reference, and always go off that, because otherwise it could end up looking very, very bad, which is not something you want. That's sort of what happened with these. I drew these from my own imagination without any reference, except for that one. I drew that one with reference, but that was a new type of skill set I was trying to work on, and it did not end up that good. But yeah, if you're going to try out different skill sets, you should always go slow and not just like, yes, let's move on to portraits. You should always just work on the minor things, draw small things that aren't extremely difficult. Never rush anything. Sort of like track, to be honest. If you go too fast and too much, you get shin splints. And in the artist world, if you go too much too fast, you fail terribly. So you should always, that's sort of my recommendation. Always have a picture to go off of, and always never go too fast, too quickly, or just believe you can do something when you can't, because that's where things get embarrassing and not exactly what you would like. So for this next one, I'm going to be doing the boy. I'm going to do him with brownish hair. Let's see. Use sand. I think I'm going to do brown and gray right here, which is 104. Let's see if I can find it. I really need to get something like a bag for all these, because I can't see them all at once. Oh, I found sand. What is it called? It's called Brown and Gray 104. Well, I can't find that right now, at least not at the time. So I'm just gonna use sand, which is this. Well, maybe not. Let's see, what about... let's find a color. If you're wondering why I'm having such a large trouble, here is the reason. I have that many. I have to search through all of them to find it. Brown Gray 104. Let's find it. is anime. Let's go for an unnatural color, right? Yeah, let's do that. I think I'm gonna have him have blue hair, so I'm gonna be using pastel blue, number 67. And for his eyes, let's have him have violet eyes, purple eyes. What about vivid purple 85, which is this. Fun. I think I'm gonna make his skin a bit darker too, actually. See, now would be a good time to find brown gray. How about sand? Oh, I had that with pieces here. Sand, which is this, 107. What about rose? No, that's fine. Okay, so we got the colors. I don't know if you've ever met anyone who's like super into anime. Like, I'm not, I just draw it. But, cosplayers, just anyone in school who's into other, like, super anime stuff. But, like, you gotta be careful when drawing this kind of stuff, because they will tear you apart. Like, if you mess up one thing, they'll be like, oh, why'd you do that? Like, why? Oh gosh, this is not very well, but, you gotta do everything for a reason, because they will ask you about it. They'll be like, oh, why did you do that, Why did you change this character's eye color or something? I mean, it's a bit, that's sort of like what all fan people do. I mean, turning books into movies, honestly, the directors of those gotta be dang careful. I would never want to direct a movie based off of a book, because they will always point out all the wrong things that you did. But that's what passionate people are about, you know? You gotta be... That's what makes passionate people so much fun. Honestly, just people who aren't passionate confuse me. Like, what do you do all day? Like, sometimes it gets annoying, but like, everyone ought to be passionate about something. Whether, it doesn't have to be something nerdy like this, which, who's calling it nerdy? But like, oh, here come the humans. I'm gonna be using Ice Blue 65, no wait, LCE Blue 65 for this, for the outline to make the hair darker. But if you aren't passionate about something, I feel like you should just like, I don't know. I just think that would be so weird. How are you not passionate about something? Like, honestly, that's just confusing to me. What do you do all day? I just feel like you ought to be passionate about something, and if you aren't, then gosh, you have a boring life, and you ought not to be alive. No offense or anything. Oh gosh, that's serious now. But always be passionate about something. And my advice for you as an artist, if you are an artist, maybe you're not, sue me. But just always sort of go for what you want to do. You do you, bro. You know? And also, use pictures, because you cannot do everything from imagination. So, yeah, that's basically my video. Want to see him up close? Whoop. I'm actually really satisfied with these. These look pretty dang good, to be honest. Did not think they would show up that good, but they did. That's good. Shows my art skills aren't as bad as I thought they were. Anyway, goodbye, and just remember, you do you. Ignore the haters. I don't know, be positive. Yeah. Oh. And here's a piece of cardboard. See, it does show up a little bit, but that's okay.